Hello everybody, welcome back to a video, and today I figured it would just be fun to throw around some ideas for who I think Scream 7's Ghostface is going to be. So this is sort of a ranking of these different ideas, because it's not, some of them are specific characters, but some of them really aren't. You'll understand as I go through these, so let's just get started. Okay, so option number one, so 7th place, if this is a ranking, which I'm going to count it as, is Samantha Carpenter, aka Billy Loomis's daughter. Now, apparently, Melissa Barrera, who plays the character, would like to see a slightly darker angle to Sam in Scream 7, but I don't think that should mean that she should be Ghostface. I think that if you wanted to see that, what that would be like, I think you've already got that with the ending of Scream 6. Plus, with her being the biggest red herring of Scream 6 as well, honestly, probably shouldn't be Ghostface. Unless they really just wanted to be like, oh, you know what, yeah, we'll have her be Ghostface. Maybe that's where she'll end up, but for now, I really doubt it. Although, who knows? She might be fun as Ghostface. Okay, so another option is just a completely new character. This is a little more likely because a lot of people thought Sam was going to be the Ghostface for Scream 6, and she wasn't. It was new characters. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm showing a picture of Scream 4 on the screen, I just wanted a poster to symbolize this point of discussion. So a completely new character is likely, but for this, it wouldn't be the most interesting thing in the world. So that's really where that one stands. Okay, so 5th place on this is Gale Weathers. And I never really considered Gale, weirdly enough, before the phone call in which she's almost killed. Right? I've never considered her to be Ghostface watching any of the other movies. But it does seem like 6 kind of planted the seed of Gale being Ghostface with the phone call and saying, with Ghostface saying, it wouldn't have made sense for Sydney or Dewey, but you would have been a good Ghostface. That really got me thinking. When I watched the movie a second time, it got me thinking, she would actually be an interesting Ghostface. And maybe that's how it should go for the final movie. Have one of the original 3, well, really, original 2 that are still alive. Unfortunately, they killed my favorite character. Still mad about that. But by revealing Gale to be Ghostface, that could be fun. That could be interesting. It would allow Courtney Cox to exit the series with a different type of performance. Honestly, this could be the reason why Gale survived 6, is because they thought, let's have her be Ghostface for the ending of this trilogy. But as it stands, that's just how I'm thinking, is she could be, but she's low down on my suspect list. Okay, so 4th is actually a character that has been mentioned, but not necessarily seen. And that's actually why I have a picture of Tara up on the screen. And that is Christina Carpenter, Tara and Sam's mother. The repeated mention from 5 and 6 is really weird. But it could be hinting that she could be Ghostface. This would also line up with 7 and 3 being mirrors of each other, like how Scream 2 and Scream 6 were mirrors of each other, and 1 and 5 were mirrors. 3 and 7 could be mirrors by having a family member be Ghostface. I don't think they'll do the sibling thing again, but by revealing it was their mother, that would give a different twist on that reveal, because you'd be expecting it to be a sibling when in all actuality it's their mother. Plus the fact she hasn't been seen before, they can hide the fact of who she really is like they did with Roman and save that reveal of this is their mother for the ending. Of course, that is the big issue that I had with the Mrs. Loomis reveal. But I feel like here it would be a different type of shocker, because this would essentially mean that both of your main characters, both of her parents were Ghostface at some point. That would be a very interesting thing to do. So let's move on. So I got to thinking, right? Apart from Sam, are there any other characters who could be Ghostface? Now, I think Tara and Chad wouldn't make sense, because if you're going to have one, you should probably have the other, since they set them up to be dating in Scream 6. But Mindy? We could essentially get Charlie from 4, but more developed, basically. Now, the thing is with Mindy as Ghostface is you can have some interesting routes here, because you can reveal maybe she was a secret killer in 5. They did that with they did that with 3, revealed Roman was a secret killer. But this, you would see her in these situations, but I mean, how else would she have gotten so lucky to survive Scream 5? She survived solely on luck, in my opinion. So, I mean, in my opinion, this would actually be a fun reveal, because maybe she can even be working with one of the other options, or part of one of the other options. That could be cool. Maybe she enjoyed the fame that she got or something. Like they say in Scream 6 when they're saying, hey, you guys could be Ghostface. You enjoyed the fame, you want it to happen again. And plus, she's the one that's giving the rules for the horror movies now. So, maybe you could even have her say it's a different type of movie, and then when her reveal happens, she said that she was lying during that. That could be an interesting idea. I would not hate revealing her to be Ghostface, because I've watched 5 several times, and each time it just annoys me how lucky she got. Honestly, either you can chalk that up to the writing, or maybe they were planning on her being Ghostface the entire time, because she acts really suspicious in this movie. 6, she kind of is reacting because she's not in on the plan, but they could reveal her to be a secret killer during 5. I wouldn't mind that. So let's move on to my runner-up pick. Okay, so the image in front of you is of a single Ghostface. Imagine 50 of them, because my runner-up pick is the army of Ghostfaces. So let me explain. Quick Scream history lesson. So Scream 3's original plan was for it to be revealed to where the new Ghostface killings were actually caused by not 1 or 2 or however many they were going to set it up to be Ghostfaces. It was a full-on, there's many different terms. I'm just going to use army because that sounds cooler. Army of Ghostfaces. I'll get to who the leader would have been when I talk about my number 1. But you can do this. You can adjust it. I mean, I didn't include her on this, but you could reveal Jill from Scream 4 is still alive and running this. Or you could have it be what the original script was going to be for 3. But I do want to talk about what it would be like if it was Jill. She would definitely have the motivation to set this up. Plus, neither of Forest Killers got that shot, so make of that what you will. But, I mean, a fun idea for this would be if the entire army of Ghostfaces is just full of these returning characters from the past. You know, maybe side characters. You know, you have people like Neil Prescott. You know, you can even have some of the other ones. You can have new people. You can have Christina Carpenter. You can have Mindy in this thing if you want. So I'm just saying, you know, with this, there's a lot of different rabbit holes to go down, and they've definitely set it up to where they can do bigger Ghostface stories with Scream 6 having technically 4 killers. 3 main ones and an opening kill. So, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if my prediction for the opening of 7 is actually going to be that it's Mark Kincaid is the opening kill. But he manages to kill the Ghostface that's attacking him. Unless it's the leader of this, who I'll get to in a minute. And then you find out, oh shoot. So if he took out the Ghostface that killed him, where is this going to go now? There's your army of Ghostfaces. This was just the opening kill. The opening attack. However you want to word it. I think that could be an interesting story option. But, I mean, if you know me or have watched this channel, you know what I'm going to say for who Scream 7's Ghostface should be. I mean, it had to be Stu, right? Stu is my main guess. Well, I'm not going to tell you how high he got on my Ghostface ranking. Go check the update out. But Stu is iconic. And he was supposed to be alive. He was supposed to be the one running the events of Scream 3 with the army of Ghostfaces. He would have been revealed to be the mastermind. They're going to have to change his motivation to have him come back now. I don't know how they're going to change it, but they can. You know, if they want to say, oh, here is Stu's motive. It's, you know, he still has a thing for Sydney. Right? That explains why Kincaid gets killed. You know, they can say, oh, Stu, you know, just wanted to do this. You know, that would be a weak motive, but it would be his same motive from the first movie. I actually think that there's an interesting motive they can have that would actually tie into a narrative meta angle. Which is, I think Stu's motive should be... Now, I've heard some people on YouTube say some kind of redemption for Stu. He realizes the error of his ways would be interesting. I think there's a way to do that while still having him be Ghostface. You can have Stu trying to end the saga of Ghostface. He realizes, oh shoot, I made a bad decision by teaming up with Billy. So what he does is he gets all of these other people, builds this army of Ghostfaces, and then he attacks every main character from the past movies. With his plan being kill them all, just them, no other collateral damage. That way, the legacy of Ghostface is dead, buried, gone forever. That's what I think they're going to have Stu's motive be. If they bring him back, I think that would be a really cool motive. And if I got that one right, well, that will be really nice, because I have had a bunch of thoughts for predictions and stuff that I got wrong. So if I got this one, that would be pretty cool. But Stu should lead an army of Ghostfaces in Scream 7. So there you have it. Who I think Ghostface should be for Scream 7. So, I mean, if there's any character that should be Ghostface, I mean, write it in the comments. I'd be interested to hear what you'd have to say, because there's how many characters in this franchise? I lost count. So, I mean, this is just 7. I mean, you know, there's probably a bunch of side characters that could have been brought into this. So, I mean, that's it. Like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.